What's going on, guys? It's Irvin Gamer, and I kind of want to touch on a subject that I don't think a lot of people have touched on, and if they have, I think a lot of people, more people have questions about it, and that's the trend that we're going into with the remastered games. Is it a money grab for some of these companies? Is it to milk every last dollar? Is it successful? And I think a lot of people are seeing this. What we've seen in movies over the past 5 6 years is what we're seeing in the video game industry. With movies, we have a lot of remakes. How many times have we had Batman redone? You know, how many times have we had Spider Man redone? You know, Ninja Turtles as of recently. You know, some of them are of course, great, great remakes in the movie industry. Like Ninja Turtles, I think was a good idea. The Batman, I thought the last series was pretty good, but I guess they're switching it up. So I mean, like I said, it's low risk, high reward. I think some of the attitude is, and I think it's starting to come into the video game, or it's been in the video game industry the last couple of years, and I think people are starting to take advantage of it. Just like they took advantage of the, instead of coming out with new IPs, why not just do a sequel or prequel to what you already know what works? And I think in the industry today, I think that you can't take, like, your whole company sometimes could be jeopardized on a risk. You know what I mean? Like Crytek, they did the Rise Son of Rome, which I think is a good game, but it was a risk. So uh, you see the remakes and the remasters done, I think, to maximize the dollar. You know, but don't get confused. There's a difference between a port and a remaster. Okay, a port is something that you really don't see a graphical change. You see it push to the next system. Usually a remaster, the graphics will change. They'll and really, like, what's a good game example? I remember, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's a Grand Theft Auto that was a port. I think it was San Andreas and Liberty City. They made a port version for the PSP. So that's different. A remastered is, I guess you could say a remastered is a graphical upgrade, significant upgrade, I guess you could say. But I came up with a few remasters that I'm pretty sure, and some people have their opinion, that I'm pretty sure that would be a success, and that would has a cult following behind that title. You know, I mean, there's some, like I said, there's some that I don't agree with that they're gonna remake. There's rumors of them remaking and remastering, and there's some that I feel would be successful. Well, first of all, Last of Us, I feel, was a very successful one, and I think that's a unique remaster because we just got that game on the PS3 so soon. I think a lot of people didn't want to spend the money on Last of Us for a PS3 if they're going to get a PS4 coming out. But it's a great game. I played it online. I haven't really played the story mode. I played maybe 2 hours of it, but I'm probably going to end up playing that later on. But that's a successful remaster. You can't take nothing away from that. You know, the volume of sales for the PS4 is crazy right now for a remastered. I also think Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be a successful remaster, if you want to call it that. That's going to be successful, in my opinion. But a couple ones that I think might be, but some people beg to differ and think that they won't. Sorry about that, guys. That's my headset cutting off. But the one, I think Final Fantasy VII. There's rumors of a remaster on that. Me personally, I think that would be a great remaster. But I'm a big SquareSoft fan, so old SquareSoft fan, not Square Enix, but SquareSoft fan. I think Final Fantasy VII would do great as a remaster. There's a lot of old school turn based RPG fans out there that would love that game. The only reason I say that one would be more successful than any of the other Final Fantasies, because that was the first Final Fantasy that actually entered the 3D world. Okay, and it set a standard for RPGs, and I think it actually was the first RPG to come to the U.S. that did so successful that allowed other RPGs to be able to be made. You know, not many great ones came out of that, but not since then. But there's a handful, I'd say a good 10, where you gotta have type RPGs, and I think they opened the door. That's why I say Final Fantasy VII would be a great remaster. I also think, and I think a lot of people disagree with me on this, I think Final Fantasy III, which was a U.S. version, it was actually Final Fantasy VI overseas, would do really well as a remaster. That's my personal preference. They did a lot of ports of it. I have the port on the PSP, or it was a PSP. I'm sorry, the DS. I have the port of it on. I want to say I have the ROM of it on my PC. There's another one they did also, but that will be a good one to remaster, in my opinion. Another one to remaster, but I think the fan base on this one's really small. Actually, a couple of really small. I wouldn't mind doing seeing a remaster. I don't think it'll happen. I think it's close to not happening. Is Theme Hospital, and that was done by EA or Bullfrog, and EA published it. I want to say, and also Theme Hospital, and what was the other one I just had on the tip of my tongue? Theme Hospital and I can't even think of it. But Theme Hospital I thought was a good one. That I think would be a good remaster. But I can go to you some that I don't think will be a good remaster. Okay, some people disagree. A lot of people disagree with me on this one. Resident Evil 1. Now there's a rumor. Actually I want to say it's supposed to be coming out 2015. I won't get it, but some people. I'm sure a lot of people get it. I'm not a big fan of remastering any Resident Evil. That I feel they went so far south. I don't even like looking at a Resident Evil game because they just as a company they just went so bad. But another one that I don't think will do good. But there's rumors of this one also, and it might be actually official. Is Mutant League Football. And anybody knows about Mutant League Football? It was football, but on a more group like gory zombie type hits, guys exploding footballs. The ball has spikes in it. I want to say there's either a startup for that game or they actually going to remaster. I could be wrong. I want to say it might have been a startup, but that's one that just kind of didn't do anything. I don't think the cult following behind that one was really too big. But again, I stress that remastered is totally different from a port. Okay, and ports is kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics. They made a port of that one. The Shadowrun, that was kind of like a remaster / port. Legend of Mana, or not Legend of Mana. Yeah, it was Legend of Mana. They ported that on PSP. So, like, let's not get confused that they're remastered and a port. But that's my feelings on it. I want to say we're in the era where remastered is the low risk, high reward type thing to do right now. Also with the coming out with a sequel or a prequel or part 2, part 3 of a very good game. You won't see many new IPs coming out. So, and if it is a new one and it does great, they're just gonna keep adding part 1, part 2, part 3 to it. So that's what I have to say about that. And like I said, I want people to let me know if they think remastered is the way that these video games are going. Serving Gamer, and I have another video coming soon, guys. Thanks.
Smoke out. I'm down. Smoke headed their way.
Speed it up. I don't have long.
Hold on. I can patch you up.
Appreciate it.
Oh, shit. Out of ammo. No one comes back from that. Hold up. Watch my back.
Keep an eye out. Okay, got it.
Okay, got it.
Appreciate it.
Watch my back.
One down. Bomb's armed. Look alive.